Hey everybody, welcome to Fat Product Review. I'm so excited to talk about yoga today with my friend Steph. Steph and I are both in the Bay Area. And how do we meet? Do we meet through Jen?
I think we did meet through Jen. I think a long time ago you did a pleasure party. Yeah, and I think that was when we met. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, and Tigress was there. The day I met Tigress, I think I met you. I met quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fun crowd.
nice to sling sex toys for a living. So, and also Steph has been a model for me when I had my Curvy Girl store and modeled lingerie for us, which is so beautiful and awesome. So I'm so happy to
Yeah.
talk with you today. We're going to talk about yoga, and I really enjoy yoga myself when I do it. I'm always looking for things that are like more like joyful movement, to help me stretch, go over my tension. How did you start doing yoga or become to love yoga?
Actually, I was just looking for some kind of movement to do that was kind of low impact and gentle at the time. And when I found yoga, I remember I was doing it off of some DVDs and just doing it in my living room. And I started to like it because there's such a variety of yoga out there. You can do yoga that's very slow, very gentle, or a little vigorous, break a sweat, or yoga that's concentrated more on balancing, or more on flexibility, or more on movement and meditation, movement and breath. So I really like the variety of it. And the more I learned about it, the more I just started to enjoy the different types that were out there.
Very cool. Yeah, I think we all have those yoga DVDs laying around somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, my aunt had a book about yoga meditation. I remember I read it from front to back so fast. I was like, "What is this?" And I thought it was like maybe something naughty when I first opened the book. And
Oh,
then I
yeah.
read it. I read through it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I started trying to do some of the stretches and stuff, and it felt so good.
Yeah. Just the simplest of stretches can feel really good.
I mean, if
And
we
just,
ever just stop, right, and breathe, and then stretch, we just get so
yeah, and sometimes I know exactly hunched over and I think, oh, let me do a shoulder roll. One
open
shoulder
up
roll.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
How
That's
has yoga helped you with your relationship with your body? You identify as fat or person of size or plus size. Has it helped you to come to appreciate your body at all? Appreciate your body more?
it. I think it has. I think it's played a big part in that because I've learned that my body can do some things I never thought it could do in the ways of flexibility or strength. And there were certain poses I would work on, and I used to think, oh, I'll never be able to balance like that. And
Right.
then when I practice it and I do it, I think, oh, okay, that was fun. What's next? And it also taught me to kind of, on the other end of that, slow down and be still with my body. Notice where tension is hiding, notice where stress is hiding, notice how deep breathing can relax different parts of my body. And I knew that everyone was unique. Everyone comes to yoga with a different body. And one of the goals is to just learn about your body and how you sit with it and what it reacts to. And yoga gave me that time and space to just really focus on that and be with my body like it's a fun friend I'm hanging out with or cuddling with or, just being with. So it brought a nice
Yeah.
sense of stillness too.
A lot of us are not very good at being still in our bodies, right? And being quiet in our bodies.
Yeah, that's always a challenge to quiet the mind and just either just focus on breathing or how a movement feels. I think it happens to everybody. I could be in the middle of the greatest yoga practice ever and start thinking, oh, what am I going to do after this? Or, oh, where's my foot? Oh, my shirt's all askew, and start doing that. Well, that happens to everybody. So all people really have to do is just go, oh, okay, let me just come back and refocus, and and
Bring it
that's
back.
fine. Yeah, just come on back in.
I do electrolysis now, and I hear from a lot of people, "Oh, Crystal, when I was doing yoga today, I saw all these hairs around my ankle. Could you get those too?" I'm like, "You're supposed to be focusing on your meditation in yoga, but your brain just goes right here."
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that! I didn't see that before, and then it takes off from there.
Yeah, I
I'm
have.
done thinking, oh, I got to get a pedicure, or oh, I like this. more.
Yeah, I have that shiny object syndrome. Like, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?
Even when you're trying to be still. But so that's why they call it yoga practice, not even looking for perfection, just practicing every day to focus or meditate or do what you need to do.
Yoga is supposed to be for everybody, right? That's kind of what the foundation of yoga is that it's for everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe that yoga has something for everyone, even if a person is just looking to do some breath work or meditate or movement, or athletes that want to supplement their fitness, or people that just want to do something to get a little movement and they're fine, people recovering from injuries, people who just like the stillness of it, the escape of it, or people who love the balancing, or people who love the community and the atmosphere that you get at these yoga studios or yoga festivals. So I believe it's for everybody because I think it has something for everybody. You just kind of find out what you like about it and just, kind of go from there.
I love that you say that community thing because community is so important, especially this pandemic. But last, like, say, 20 or 30 in the media, when I would see yoga, I would mostly see like thin, young, blonde, white ladies. But you found community. Person of color, you found community with yoga people.
Yeah, it started when I first started. I was when I went out into the world with it after the DVDs. I was doing it at the gym, and there were all types of people at the gym. I didn't see the type of people that would be on the yoga magazines or the marketing pieces. Just regular folks at the gym. And then from that, I took some classes at a rec center. Again, people of all ages, all sizes were there. So I feel like I started off in kind of a diverse atmosphere, going to the gym and the rec center. Then when I decided to go to the studio, I did see more. I did see more of the type, the yoga model type, but there was still some diversity there too. And I'm so happy that I live in the Bay Area. It's such a diverse community to begin with that I kind of stayed in that diverse environment, so to speak. At least there was some. And even online, when the pandemic hit, I would take online classes from teachers of color or fat yoga teachers or just teachers that look like they wanted a diverse community or look like they were part of a diverse community. So it's out there, especially in the Bay Area and especially online. Just kind of had to look for it a little bit, but I never felt too uncomfortable. I never felt that it was only the yoga models that were out there. So maybe they were too busy modeling and not in the classes I was in, but either
Yeah.
way, there's been some nice community out there.
When you go to Whole Foods at the, checkout line where they have all the impulse purchase, I'm like, thin white lady, thin white lady, thin white lady, thin white lady.
Yeah, it's like what?
The rest of the world, so freaking boring.
Yeah, I think Yoga Journal magazine sort of caught up on that. They had she is a fat yoga instructor, Jessamine. I hope I pronounced that wrong. Yeah, so they had a couple of different covers one month, and she was on one of them, and they did an interview. They also did some fashion issue where they had different people of sizes in their yoga clothes. But the
Nice.
trouble with that was that fashion issue was like, oh, hide your flaws and reshape your body with this yoga top. And I was like, oh, you almost
Of
nailed
course.
it.
So close, so close.
Yeah, just let the people wear the clothes and say, here's some nice clothes.
How can you hide anything about your body in yoga clothes? There's no hiding.
Yeah, you just,
It is your body. It's,
yeah, let it be free, let it be out there. And it takes it takes a little bit of bravery because I used to show up in yoga classes with baggy shirts and things like that. And it took me a while to just throw off the shirt and be in my tank top and leggings and just, have a
good.
good time. Nothing bad happened, and the
You
world
lived.
didn't end, and I was fine.
Yeah, nobody in the room died either, right?
Yeah, exactly. Fell
So
out,
stupid.
fell away.
Yeah, you have to laugh because it's so ridiculous. But um, who? Who are like your favorite yoginis or other people in yoga that you like to follow, maybe online or YouTube?
I really like to follow a lady named Diane Bondi. She's from Diane Bondi Yoga, and she
Bondi,
is,
right?
yeah, Diannebondy. Yeah, Diane Bondi Yoga. And I saw her online, and she has a website, and she had classes for all types of bodies. She's very body positive, advocates for um, yoga to be accessible to all people, no matter what size, age, ability. You know, she's so welcoming to everyone. And I actually had an opportunity years ago. She was in Berkeley doing a conference and asked in the Facebook group if anyone wanted to come to dinner. I said, sure, I'll go. And it was just her and I, and we're just chatting. And that was when I said to her, you know, I was thinking of becoming a yoga teacher. And she just goes, oh, just do it. Just do it. But,
And you
but I,
did.
but I, I'll just do it.
And you did it.
Yeah, I just went and did it. I said, okay, that's the best
Love
advice.
it.
Just go do it. And
Yeah, I
she
think
teaches a lot of places, and she's written some books on how to do yoga with different tools and props to make poses more accessible. She's just really about accessibility for everyone. And I think that's the one thing I admire about her work.
everybody should want to make that their goal in life, to make everything as accessible as possible to everybody.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah. There's
nice.
a whole, I think it's called the Yoga for Accessibility Conference,
Oh,
and it's always been a part of that. And they have different panel speakers. People can do yoga with all types of abilities, and they just kind of talk about that and have workshops. So I think that's great work that's being done out there.
what do you call your yoga business?
I was, well, before the pandemic hit, I was teaching at a wellness center, and I hadn't really put a name on my yoga business yet because I wasn't in business for myself at the time, even though I was, you know, independent contractor and teacher. I would do it on the weekends. So coming in 2021, I'm hoping to give myself a nice brand and do offerings online and in person, you know, if the state of the world allows, and really kind of build a business from there. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
just starting to get into that from being a teacher at another place to kind of doing it on my own. And of course, I'd still like to collaborate with other teachers and studios and things like that. So
When
kind
you
of gearing up for next year to really get that going again.
when you were doing those classes, you were doing them in Oakland or Berkeley?
I was doing, more recently, I was doing them at a wellness center in Brentwood because I live out in Brentwood area. So I was doing them there.
Oh,
And before that, I was living closer to the area. I was out in Fairfield.
hmm.
So just Fairfield and Brentwood so far.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So
cool.
yeah, hoping to do something where I can kind of have a home base and maybe do pop-ups throughout the Bay Area, collaborate with other people. So I've been using this quarantine time to kind of plan for all that and see what's out there and see what's possible. So I'm looking forward to next year. So I have something going.
Cool. I can imagine you having a YouTube channel showing people how to do, a certain pose, especially a person of size. I know when I would take yoga with Val, uh, what was her fat fat yoga gal, fat gal yoga, fat gal. She would help me to understand like where to put my belly. She's like, if your belly's in the way, then you just do this and this. And I was like, oh, I never thought to like lift up my belly and move it. Or like if you're in a certain position, you feel awkward, then maybe you have like a large underarm pull. You just push it up and I was like, I thought it was my fat around. That's
Yeah, it's so simple, but kind of genius at the same time. Something's in the way, just shift it or move it. Or
yeah,
sometimes I use blocks and straps, and I look at those things, and they're just tools, just like you use a steering wheel for to drive a car. Some
yeah,
people look at those as crutches, but they're really not. They help me enjoy the pose more and learn more about the pose, how to get into it, how to modify it. And I think that's a sign of a good teacher. There's a lot of instructors out there that say, hey, use a block, use a strap, put a hand on a wall, do this and do that, use a chair, again, making it accessible for everybody.
Yeah, I did a lot of yoga out in my folding. It was quite a workout.
Yeah. Yeah, some practices can be a real workout. I've been in classes, I had a sweat going and
Oh
woo,
yeah. Mhm.
sometimes I'd slow down and then jump back in. So yeah, there's all types out there.
Yeah, I think yoga gives you a lot of permission to be gentle with yourself, right? So don't have to like 10 more reps or whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's not like push through, push through. There's none of that. Like you
No
said,
pain, no gain.
yeah, exactly. Just
Ugh,
if you feel pain, stop. Just come
right.
back out of it. Don't feel pain. We're not here to pull muscles and be achy and do all
Just
that.
make your muscles feel better.
Yeah, yeah. I want to make them. You want to feel better when you leave, not in pain or anything like that.
Yeah.
And one thing that the gal I mentioned, Diane Bondi, she would say, you don't force your body into a pose. You make the pose fit your body. It's there like you're trying on a coat. If the coat doesn't fit, you don't use that one. Find one that fits, make it fit for you, and then you can go deeper and enjoy it from there. And that's what makes a really good yoga practice.
Are you finding there are more designers making like clothes that are comfortable to do yoga in now for larger?
I don't see a lot of yoga brands that are specifically geared towards larger sizes. I do see some athletic wear out there that has all different types of sizes. I think it's a matter of just hunting for the clothes that you like. I don't think it necessarily has to say yoga pants on the label. They do have to be something that you're comfortable in, that you can move in, maybe something breathable. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a matter of hunting around and finding out what feels good and what fits. So
Sure.
no, I haven't seen a designer stand out with plus size yoga clothes yet. They might be out there, but I haven't seen them across the radar yet.
Yeah. I haven't seen too many either. Are there other resources that you think people should know about yoga or yoga for people who are eyes or people of color?
I think a great way. I find a lot of resources on social media. That's how I found Black to Yoga. I found people that teach chair yoga. It will be an entire yoga class and you're using a chair, things like that. Diane Bondi's website. I think I sent you another one. To Body Positive Yoga. There's a gal named Amber Carnes that runs that one. There's a lot of good resources there. I think it's all a matter of looking because someone is out there in your local area or online. There's a website Diane Bondi teaches on called Yoga International. A
Mhm.
lot of classes and resources on that. So I think once you get into a good website, you kind of bounce around and get to the resources you need.
I think Amber also trains other people to become yoga instructors.
Yeah, I think so. I believe she had a teacher training class for some time.
Yeah.
And I think with the pandemic and all of that slowed down. But yeah, I believe she did train people to be yoga teachers. And what that entails is it's a 200-hour training, and people usually do it over the course of some months. I did mine out there in Benicia. I
Oh,
think it ran from September to January, so it was some months and to get the 200 hours in.
cool. So
And
you
then
went and did it in person somewhere?
yeah, I went in person. It was called Benicia Yoga House.
Nice.
And after I signed up, the instructor that was leading the training, I found out she was going to teach a class in Walnut Creek. At the time, they were having outdoor yoga in this park in Walnut Creek. So I went out there and introduced myself because I wanted her to see me. Because I didn't take a photo with the application. For some reason, I just needed her to see me. And she was like, "Oh, hi, can't wait to come to class." The world
Gotta
didn't
do what you gotta
end.
do.
Nobody died. So I have to show her that I'm a fat gal and I'm coming to your class.
All right,
And
be ready for
yeah, get
how,
ready.
get ready to see this big butt bent over.
Yeah, exactly. Be prepared.
When you are meditating and you do get taken out of it and you need to get back, how do you do that?
Sometimes in my mind, I just say, oops. I went off on a tangent. I'll just refocus on my breathing. Inhale, exhale. I might inhale to a count of four, exhale to a count of four. Focusing on the breathing is a good way to bring yourself back if your thoughts start running wild. Or sometimes I'll do it physically. I'll just feel my feet on the ground, release my shoulders, just wiggle around a little bit to stretch. Just doing something else that draws the focus away.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly for me, it's the breathing. That's just a quick and easy way to inhale, exhale, and then you're back.
It makes all the difference in the world. We never stop to do it.
Yeah. So I've just stopped and breathe and feel my feet on the ground, and it's kind of a nice way to ground myself and just have like an instant calm. It just takes a couple of seconds. So that's one way I'll refocus myself on if I'm meditating or going through yoga poses. Just remember that I'm still breathing and kind of focus in on that.
I'm sure that evidence of this, but I have a feeling this all might be really good for people with a lot of anxiety.
And yeah, they always advocate that yoga can help with stress and anxiety. And there's even yoga out there for victims of trauma, specialized yoga practices. There's yoga practices out there for veterans. There's, like I mentioned before, there's all sorts. And yes, with anxiety, breathing does help a lot. It's very calming, it's very focusing. And I find that in a yoga practice, whether I'm in a class for an hour or if it's just 20 minutes, it's like a little escape. Just me on that mat doing my thing. I don't have to worry about anything else for that duration of time. And it's just nice to focus on my breathing and my body and just that.
You can't have this anywhere near you for an hour. These have to go away.
Oh yeah, yeah. That too. They say phones off, leave them in
That's
your
the
locker.
best.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Well, thank you, Steph. It was so fun chatting with you, and put some information in the notes so people can click to see Diane's site and Amber's site and other sites that you think people should know about. And then, yeah, when you get started again next year, let's do this again because I would love to share your practice with I know we have similar and common community, but I'm sure there's a few people that I know that you don't know that might benefit from your practice. So, thank you,
Oh,
Steph.
yeah. Well, thank you. I had a great time. Thank you for having me. And yeah, definitely next year I'm gonna get it popping.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help because I would love to help you get off to a great start.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and share and comment. And we'd love to hear from you as long as you're not fat phobic and you don't say asshole things. You're just going to get deleted and banned. So take your chances. Thanks, Steph.
All right,
Take
thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.